Hello, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to another video. And without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Jerry Jones reveals Micah Parsons' contract delay, and it'll infuriate Cowboys fans, as the Dallas Cowboys wrapped up the Oxnard, California leg of their training camp. Tensions remain high in the ongoing contract saga involving star linebacker Micah Parsons. The Dallas Cowboys standoff with Micah Parsons has entered another chapter, and this time it's Jerry Jones' words that are making headlines. Despite Parsons requesting a trade earlier this month and sitting out padded practices in California, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones asserted there's nothing preventing negotiations. Speaking after the final practice of training camp in Oxnard, California, the Cowboys owner was asked why contract negotiations with Parsons' agent, David Mulligetta, have yet to begin. Jones' answer was blunt and cryptic: nothing. His nonchalant answer is infuriating for anyone hoping the two sides can reach a resolution. Pressed on whether conversations could start soon, Jones added, "We might or we might not when we get back to the star." For many Cowboys fans, that lack of urgency is baffling. Parsons, one of the NFL's most dominant defenders, is entering the fifth and final year of his rookie deal. Set to earn roughly $24 million in 2025, earlier this month, he requested a trade after growing frustrated with the organization's approach to negotiations and with being sidelined from key discussions. While Parsons has remained present at camp, he has avoided padded practices and spent most of his time on the sidelines. Sources close to the situation say his frustration stems not only from the slow pace of talks, but also from feeling misrepresented in public narratives surrounding his contract status. The stalemate is beginning to wear on the Cowboys fan base. Social media reactions to Jones' comments have ranged from disbelief to outright anger, with many questioning why the front office is willing to gamble on alienating its best defensive player. Jones, however, has maintained that the team is in no rush. The Cowboys owner has repeatedly pointed out that Parsons is under contract for the upcoming season and is expected to play regardless of the ongoing dispute. For now, the Cowboys return to Frisco without a clear timeline for resolution, and with one of the NFL's most high-profile contract dramas showing no signs of cooling down. One unexpected trade could supercharge the Cowboys' offense as the 2025 NFL season approaches. Trade buzz continues to swirl around New York Jets running back. With a new coaching staff in place, contract uncertainty looming, and budding backfield talent emerging, the idea of dealing Hall to the Dallas Cowboys has gained traction. But how realistic is this scenario, and what kind of return might the Jets command? Hall, entering the final year of his rookie contract, earning around $3.4 million in 2025, is on his way to unrestricted free agency in 2026, while Jets coach Aaron Glenn publicly reassured Hall, "I don't want to trade you. I want you to be her." Rumors persist that Hall could still be moved by the mid-season trade deadline. If the Jets fail to contend, the Dallas Cowboys, aiming to bolster their rushing attack, have a rotating backfield, but lack a true every-down workhorse. Inside analysis suggests Hall's blend of zone running ability and pass-catching versatility fits well with Dallas's offensive scheme under Brian Schottenheimer and coordinator Clayton Adams. Cowboys-centric breakdown: Hall's ability as a three-down back, including blitz protection and receiving, fills a void in the Dallas offense. His sub-1,500 total yards in 2024, 876 rushing yards plus 483 receiving may understate his upside, especially in a more dynamic system. Speculation on trade value varies. Sports Illustrated pegged a third-round pick in the 2026 draft as the baseline. Hall should not cost more than a third-round pick. On fan forums, mock proposals suggest trading a mid-third rounder for Hall, a breeze. Halted Cowboys trade represents a viable win-win if circumstances align. Dallas adds a near-elite versatile running back. New York reclaims valuable draft capital while leaning on internal talent, especially as Hall enters his contract year without assurance of a long-term commitment. Most credible analysis cites return valuations ranging from a third-round pick to a conditional fourth to three-road deal potentially sweetened with a young player. Whether the scenario materializes depends on the Jets' performance, Hall's 2025 output, and Dallas' urgency. Watch how the storyline unfolds leading into the deadline. Dallas Cowboys' fate rests on one person, and it's not Jerry Jones. The Dallas Cowboys are gearing up for what will be a hugely important season for the team. The Cowboys are America's team, so the fact that they've suffered through losing seasons lately just isn't acceptable. This is a team that has fans around the world, many without even ties to Dallas, so they're expected to always be one of the strongest teams in the league. This year, the Cowboys are under a new head coach and Brian Schottenheimer, So expectations are high that he'll turn this team around quickly. One thing they have going for them is that their franchise quarterback, Dak Prescott, is healthy again, so hopefully he'll be able to play for the full season, unlike last season. So, who is the most important person to the Cowboys' fate? In a piece published on Wednesday, August 13th for ESPN, the publication's staff looks at each NFL team and predicts the win-loss record and X factor for each team. It's early to predict the entire season record, but they did their best based on ESPN's research and numbers, so let's get into their prediction for the Dallas Cowboys, which is mixed. In the piece, ESPN describes their methodology for determining the win-loss records and X factors for each team. To look at the bigger picture and just how good or bad every team could be this season, we turn to our ESPN Football Power Index, FBI. They explain. The FBI projected win totals for every team based on 20,000 simulations of the entire season, performed by our ESPN research team. But to find a high and low, we picked out the middle 90% of those simulations. For the Cowboys, the ceiling is 11-6 and the floor is 5-12. That's a pretty decent prediction. So, what's the X factor for the Dallas Cowboys? The one thing that will make or break the team this season, ESPN believes, is Schottenheimer. How ready is Schottenheimer for his first head coaching job? He saw his father Marty coach for teams and has been an assistant coach in the NFL for more than 20 years. Todd Archer of ESPN notes players like the culture he has built so far in the spring and summer. But he will be counted on to make split-second decisions that will impact winning and losing, which ultimately will be how he is judged.